If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns offseason was filled with drama and hope, centered around one of the most electrifying defensive players in the NFL, Myles Garrett. Browns fans almost faced the nightmare of losing their superstar pass rusher when Garrett publicly requested a trade earlier this year. The tension was real, but the story took a happy turn when Garrett agreed to sign a massive contract extension, officially becoming the highest paid defensive player in NFL history. This move not only solidified his commitment to Cleveland, but also sent a clear message to the rest of the league. Garrett is here to stay, and the Browns are building around him for the long haul. The weight of expectations on Cleveland's defense now rests heavily on Garrett's shoulders, and fans are eager to see how the team shapes up to support their star. One of the Browns' main offseason objectives was to avoid repeating the disastrous 3-14 record from last season by strengthening the defense, especially up front. They knew that to keep Garrett effective and energized, they had to surround him with talent that could take some pressure off his shoulders. Enter the Browns' latest high-profile rookie, defensive tackle Graham, the number 5 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. This rookie is expected to be a cornerstone of the Browns' defense for years to come, possibly even outlasting Garrett's career. The hope is that Graham will develop into a dominant force, soaking up knowledge from Garrett and elevating the Browns' defensive front into one of the most feared units in the NFL. Graham's relationship with Garrett is already being seen as crucial for the Browns' defensive future. Mary Kay Cabot from Cleveland.com reported that Graham used just one word to describe his superstar teammate, an acknowledgement that speaks volumes. This rookie, fresh off a stellar college career at Michigan, clearly respects Garrett's talent and leadership. Graham is eager to learn from one of the league's best, and that eagerness bodes well for Cleveland's defense. For a rookie, having a mentor like Garrett is invaluable, and the Browns fans can only hope that this dynamic duo leads to a resurgence on defense. The potential for greatness is there if Graham can absorb Garrett's intensity and technique. At Michigan, Graham was nothing short of dominant. He was a key piece in leading one of the nation's best defenses to a national championship in 2023, showcasing skills that made him a top 5 pick in the NFL Draft. His college career set high expectations for what he could bring to Cleveland. Fans who saw his relentless pursuit of the quarterback and his ability to clog running lanes are optimistic that Graham's transition to the NFL will be smooth. The Browns desperately need that kind of impact player to bolster their front line, and Graham's college resume suggests he has the talent and work ethic to make an immediate difference. Despite many Browns fans being excited about the possibility of drafting Travis Hunter with the number 2 overall pick, Graham should not be seen as a consolation prize after Cleveland traded down. His talent speaks for itself, and the team's decision to select him reflects their strategic vision to build a formidable defensive front. Graham's presence on the team means that the Browns are focusing on reinforcing their trenches, giving Garrett the help he needs to wreak havoc. This approach not only shows patience, but also a commitment to building a well-rounded defense capable of competing at the highest level for years. The Browns front office clearly understands that Garrett's peak years won't last forever. That's why investing in Graham is a smart, forward-thinking move. Graham's rookie season will be closely watched as a key indicator of how the Browns' defense might evolve. With Garrett commanding double teams and drawing relentless attention from offenses, Graham could capitalize on the chaos and create his own opportunities to make big plays. Fans will be eager to see this defensive tandem in action, hoping that the combination of Garrett's explosiveness and Graham's tenacity leads to a defense that opponents fear. The chemistry between Garrett and Graham could be the spark that Browns have been searching for since Garrett's arrival. Their combined talents and complementary skills have the potential to transform Cleveland's defensive identity. Garrett is a proven game changer, and with Graham learning from him and contributing immediately, the Browns could elevate their defense to elite status. This duo could not only stop the run, but also pressure quarterbacks relentlessly, shifting the momentum in close games, and ultimately changing the team's fortunes. For Browns fans, the excitement is tangible as they anticipate seeing these two defensive powerhouses sharing the field. While Garrett's contract extension was a headline-grabbing moment, the Browns' real success hinges on how well the team surrounds him. Graham's rookie contract and performance will be pivotal in determining the Browns' defensive trajectory. If Graham can live up to his college hype, Cleveland's defensive line could become one of the toughest in the NFL. The Browns have set high expectations, and now it's up to Graham to meet them. It's a pressure-filled situation for any rookie, but with Garrett by his side, Graham has the best chance to thrive. This mentorship could be the difference between a good rookie season and a great one. The future looks promising for the Browns if Graham continues to develop alongside Garrett. Their relationship might not just be about football, it could define the culture in Cleveland's locker room. Leadership, work ethic, and a relentless drive to win are traits both players share. As Graham gains experience, he'll likely become a leader himself, passing down what he learns from Garrett to future teammates. This cycle of mentorship is essential for sustained success, and Browns fans should be excited about this new chapter. The Browns are betting on a young defensive core that could dominate the NFL for years, and Graham is at the heart of that plan. In the end, the Browns' offseason moves send a clear message. They believe in Myles Garrett and are committed to building a defense around him that can compete for championships. The addition of Graham not only strengthens the defensive line, but also symbolizes the team's long-term vision. With Garrett's contract secured and a rising star like Graham on board, Cleveland is laying the foundation for a future where they don't just compete, they dominate. Browns fans have every reason to be optimistic about the next chapter in their team's story. With Garrett and Graham leading the charge on defense, the NFL better watch out. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take. In the comments, we want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Hey, sports fans, get ready because there's a rumor shaking up the NFL landscape that's got everyone buzzing. Word on the street is that Nick Bosa, one of the league's most dominant pass rushers, is on the verge of signing with the Cleveland Browns. If this deal goes down, it would instantly create one of the most fearsome defensive duos in recent memory, pairing Bosa with Myles Garrett. Imagine the kind of nightmare offensive lines would face trying to block two elite edge rushers at the same time. It's basically a quarterback's worst nightmare come true. This potential move could dramatically reshape the Browns' defense. And honestly, their entire identity moving forward. The Browns have been building up their defense piece by piece, but landing Bosa would be like adding the final missing puzzle piece to a championship caliber defense. Nick Bosa's rise to NFL stardom has been nothing short of meteoric. Drafted by the San Francisco 49ers, Bosa quickly established himself as one of the most relentless and technically gifted defensive ends in the game. His ability to beat offensive tackles with speed, strength, and sharp instincts is rare, and he's proven time and again that he can change the course of a game with a single sack or forced fumble. But the Browns, with Garrett already terrorizing quarterbacks on the opposite edge, would gain an incredible weapon in Bosa. Garrett, a former #1 overall pick, has been a cornerstone for Cleveland's defense, combining size, power, and agility to rack up sacks and disrupt offenses. Together, they could redefine what it means to rush the passer in today's NFL. The chemistry between Bosa and Garrett would be fascinating to watch unfold. Both players thrive on pressure and have an aggressive style that could overwhelm offensive lines. The Browns would essentially be fielding a defense where the opposing offense has to pick their poison, double team one and risk the other blowing past their blocker. This kind of strategic advantage isn't easy to find, especially with two young, hungry athletes who are at the peak of their physical abilities. For the Browns coaching staff, it would open up a whole new playbook. Blitzes, stunts, and creative pressure schemes could come alive, giving the defense the versatility to keep offenses guessing every snap. Off the field, Bosa and Garrett bring leadership qualities that the Browns desperately need. Both players are known for their work ethic and intensity, pushing teammates to elevate their game. Adding Bosa could boost the locker room morale and create a culture of accountability and toughness that Cleveland has been striving for. This, Leadership impact can't be overstated because teams that win championships don't just have talent. They have players who lead by example and inspire those around them. With Garrett already a vocal leader, Bosa's arrival could amplify that energy and help turn the Browns into a true defensive powerhouse, both mentally and physically. Financially, this rumored signing would represent a major commitment by the Browns. Nick Bosa is coming off a stellar contract from the 49ers, and matching that or surpassing it means Cleveland is all in on a defensive rebuild strategy. It's a bold move considering the salary cap challenges teams face, but one that signals the Browns are serious about competing now. Investing in elite pass rushers like Bosa and Garrett isn't just about stopping quarterbacks. It's about changing the dynamics of games, creating turnovers, and shifting momentum. If the Browns pull this off, they're sending a loud message to the rest of the NFL. Cleveland is ready to contend. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Browns' rivals in the AFC North. Teams like the Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh, Steelers, and Cincinnati Bengals will have to rethink their offensive game plans. Protecting the quarterback against Bosa and Garrett on opposite edges is a daunting challenge that could force these offenses to adjust their schemes, rely more on quick passes, or even spend extra draft capital on offensive linemen. The ripple effect of this signing could reshape the entire division's competitive landscape, pushing rival teams to evolve just to keep pace. This kind of impact isn't just about one player. It's about how a single move can alter the strategic balance of power in a division. There's also a narrative element here that can't be ignored. Nick Bosa joining Cleveland would unite two of the NFL's most electrifying personalities on one team. Both players bring charisma, passion, and a never-back-down mentality that fans love to watch. The Browns have struggled for years to capture national attention, and with Bosa and Garrett leading the charge, the franchise could become a must-watch every Sunday. The storylines practically write themselves. Two elite defenders, hungry for success, teaming up in a city that's starving for a championship. This is exactly the kind of drama and excitement that makes football so compelling to millions of fans. Of course, there are questions and uncertainties surrounding this rumor. Will Bosa fit seamlessly into Cleveland's defensive scheme? How? Will the team manage the financial logistics of this signing? And what about Bosa's health and durability, considering the physical toll of his position? These are important factors that could influence whether this blockbuster signing actually happens. But if the Browns can address these concerns, the upside is undeniable. They would instantly become one of the most feared defenses in the NFL, capable of dominating games and propelling the team deep into the playoffs. In the bigger picture, the potential Nick Bosa signing is a reflection of the evolving NFL landscape where elite pass rushers are more valuable than ever. Quarterbacks are the most critical players on any team, and having two shutdown edge rushers like Bosa and Garrett creates a serious challenge for every offense. It's no surprise that teams are willing to spend big money on players who can disrupt passing games, because those sacks and pressures often translate directly into wins. Cleveland positioning itself as the home for this duo shows the team's ambition and vision for the future. So, while the ink isn't dry yet and the deal remains a rumor, Browns fans should be excited. The prospect of Nick Bosa joining forces with Myles Garrett is the kind of headline that gets the football world talking. If it happens, it could be the turning point that pushes Cleveland from playoff hopefuls to genuine Super Bowl contenders. It's a story to watch closely as the offseason unfolds, and one that could define the Browns' identity for years to come. For now, the NFL world waits with bated breath to see if this lethal duo will become a reality. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!